Today's day, I don't know what of uploading a video on YouTube so I can get better at speaking to the camera. Now, usually I would have ChatGPT with me and it would give me a random topic to talk about. But today I was reading this book called Psycho-Cybernetics, and I read a lot that actually helps me with this very same issue, which is not being able to speak to the camera as well as I want to. It doesn't specifically talk about speaking to the camera, but it does talk about doing things you're not necessarily good at and how you should frame your mind to be better at it. So, what am I practicing right now with this series? I am just turning the camera on, uploading whatever happens, not editing, no pressure of going viral. What does this do? It allows me to practice not caring about the outcome, about the result. Just today, I was reading Psycho-Cybernetics, and it talked about precisely that. It told me that us humans, we should do something that is counterintuitive to common advice that we've heard all of our lives pretty much. And what is that advice? It is think before you act. But what did this specific part of Psycho-Cybernetics say? It says act before you speak. And I know I was thinking, why should I do that? Wouldn't that get me into trouble? What if I say something I shouldn't? And Psycho-Cybernetics goes on to debunk this to say, yes, there does need to be a little bit of being careful in the world, but the issue is that the world is way too careful. Way too careful. Especially us in third world countries, we're all shy, care about what other people think, and are, I don't know, depressed in some way or another, whether clinically or not clinically. We need to practice not caring. And I recommend you guys to do what I'm doing right now. I've been doing it for quite a bit, um, probably about a month on and off, which is doing this. Uploading a video on YouTube every day, unfiltered, unedited. It doesn't matter if you go viral or not. Look at the very first video I uploaded. Tell me if I'm not speaking better to the camera already. And yes, while there might be other videos that I speak better, I'm pretty satisfied with how I'm doing in this video. Psycho-Cybernetics also talks about how to deal with obstacles that come your way. Right now, I feel like I'm forcing myself to keep on yapping, even though I'm kind of running out of things to say. Deep down internally, I feel bad. I feel some type of negative emotion. So what does Psycho-Cybernetics tell me to do? First of all, I'm trying to buy time so I can think of that because I can't think it off the top of my head. So let me sit in silence for about 10 seconds before I remember what I need to say. What does Psycho-Cybernetics tell me I should do when I encounter a negative feeling or obstacle into my mind? I remember. You replace it with a good feeling or emotion. How do you do that? You do it gradually, and you start with saying, suppose X happens. Suppose X good outcome happens. Right now, I'm going to sit here, and you should do this too. Think of something you want to do, some goal you have, whether it be losing weight or doing your homework, it doesn't matter. And just close your eyes, breathe, and say, suppose I get the perfect grade. Suppose I achieve my dream body. Suppose I speak incredibly articulately to the camera. Just think about this dream scenario in as much detail as you can. What emotions are you feeling? What environment are you in? This is probably the first time I've ever practicing this. But like I said earlier, you have to do this gradually. When you become worried or anxious or fearful, it's usually not from 0 to 100. It usually starts off with a thought that gradually gets stronger to the point where you can identify your emotion as being anxious, fearful, or whatever. The same thing occurs with good thoughts. You have to start with one good thought, and that gradually increases and increases. Try that. Hopefully, it works for you. I know most of you won't think it will work because most of us, when we're feeling bad and we try to think happy thoughts, we want the happy thoughts to instantly overcome the negative thoughts. But that just doesn't happen. My mic is still on. Let's go. So do it gradually and stop feeling like you need to achieve a great success. Just be easier on yourself. It doesn't matter the outcome, because when you overthink, you just naturally do worse. And when you have less pressure on yourself, you don't overthink. The more you do this and the better you get at it, you'll become better. Obviously, that kind of didn't make sense. That's a little bit of my fault that I will correct. That's okay, because it doesn't matter how this video does. God bless you all. If you believe in love, all things happen for a reason, or that humans have a purpose, then you're closer to believing in God than you think. God bless you.